in the old school bucket. License plate say Kentucky. It's your boy Louis Keys. I'ma come through. Check it.
Errol Spence is stalling the Terence Crawford rematch to avoid fighting Keith Thurman next. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, is Errol the Truth Spence Jr. actually stalling out the Terence Crawford rematch to avoid having to fight one of his biggest rivals, and why? Plus, is Terence Crawford actually going to fight Tim Tszyu? I want to break all that down, give my 677 nickels on what's being said for anybody. Just
because he said my name on a microphone on TV did not make Al Heyman present Keith Thurman with a real contract. It never happened till earlier this year, and I already signed it. So you want the truth? The truth is Keith Thurman signed his contract. Errol Spence didn't sign.
Keith one-time Thurman is pretty much retired. Keith Thurman has fought a total of 3 times in 6 years. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman were supposed to fight. I told you guys that they were trying to force this Keith Thurman fight for Errol Spence over Errol Spence fighting Terence Bud Crawford. I told you guys they were pushing the Keith Thurman fight for Errol Spence, and Errol Spence turned it down. They had the contracts already delivered. Keith Thurman, like he said, he signed his portion. Errol Spence didn't sign his portion.
All right, y'all. So Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu. The rumor mill is always churning when it comes to the Errol Spence Terence Crawford rematch. There's a lot to be said. Everybody has their opinion.
Shit, I got money too, nigga.
Especially after Errol Spence has come out and said that not only was his ribs messed up, but his eye was messed up, as well as what many people believed he was weight drained during the original Terence Crawford fight. And now it almost seems like that Errol Spence is putting all that information out there simply to, make himself look a little better. I think this is what most Terence Crawford fans think. But not only that, but to kind of put a built-in excuse for why he lost that fight, and to try to, I guess, hype up the rematch a little bit more.
Okay, which one of you ladies want to come up here and do the honors?
I'll do it. Don't take him, Lord! Don't take him, Lord!
Not that it, to me, really needs a lot more hype. I think if it does happen, then a lot of people will tune in. Maybe not as many as the first fight, but I think a lot of people will tune in. A lot of people might stream it this time. But I do think that they'll hit somewhere around 300,000, 400,000 buys. But I think it's going to be a decent enough fight. But I feel like that if they hype it up, maybe in their mind they can get a little bit more. But I think the fight's going to actually do pretty well. But the thing of the matter is Errol Spence actually doing that because he wants Terence Crawford to stick around. He doesn't want Terence Crawford to move on and try to fight Tim Tszyu or try to fight Jermell Charlo or try to fight Canelo Alvarez, because Errol Spence doesn't want to have to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman has always been a fight in the back pocket or, a thorn in the side of Errol Spence for a long time, because Errol Spence at this point really doesn't want that fight because Keith Thurman didn't give him that fight.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
And when he was a champion, he definitely didn't want to take that fight. But now there's a possibility, if Terence Crawford does manage to wiggle his way out of the Errol Spence rematch, where does Errol Spence actually turn? Who does he actually fight after that? Does he move up and try to fight Jermell Charlo, which, I highly doubt, but it's possible. The only other name you would think of, because Tim Tszyu would be fighting Terence Crawford, the only other name you could think of at 154 at the moment, who's not really at 154 actually yet, would be Boots. And, I think if he was going to take the risk of fighting Boots, then he would more than likely fight him at 147, because at least there'd be a title involved. But besides Boots, the only other name that he could immediately take a fight with and not have to wait 5-6 months until after the whole Terence Crawford situation with Tim Tszyu is over with, would be Keith Thurman, if you think about it. And, I think that Errol Spence would do anything in his power to avoid having to fight Keith Thurman.
We're going to stay with you right until the day that you get laid out in this church, just like Mama.
Not that Keith Thurman's like a big threat to him or that Keith Thurman would beat him because of what Terence Crawford was able to accomplish against Errol Spence, but that I think it's more of Errol Spence doesn't want to fight him, period. I think he would do anything to avoid fighting him because he didn't give him the opportunity when he wanted it and deserved it. So at this point, he's kind of like looking over Keith Thurman. He doesn't want anything to do with Keith Thurman. So even if a fight came available for him to fight Keith Thurman and make a whole bunch of money, and I don't think he would take it. I think he's going to keep pushing the line for the Terence Crawford rematch because if he does get beat, I think he would rather go down to Terence Crawford than Keith Thurman, a guy who didn't give him any opportunity when he was asking for it. So, in a way, I would say that maybe Errol Spence is kind of, prolonging this so he doesn't have to fight Keith Thurman. But at the end of the day, I think the Terence Crawford rematch is just a contractual obligation that both of those guys are going to have to deal with.
As a comedian, I have the best fan base in the world.
I mean, we got to know where his money going to.
The slight amount of advertisement that they allowed me to do.
I mean, we got to know where his money going to.
And the fact that in a place as glorious as Houston, they pack the arena to the rafters.
I mean, we got to know where his money going to.
Is based upon the fact that I, in 1995, started a conversation with a fan base which was maybe 5 people.
I mean, we got to know where his money going to.
Through this entire time, I've kept up the same conversation.
I mean, we got to know where his money going to.
With the same people as they grow.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share. Subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tubes or holler at me over there. If you want to collabo, feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are man here.
It's Louis Keys and the Herman, pulling up to the spot in the her van, looking for a bad chick that ain't scared to dance. Get her so wet that she need a new pair of pants. She soggy, only player in the club sipping on sake. Eyes looking like he Mr. Miyagi, blowing on bomb trees, flowing on South Beach. How you gonna stop me? It's not an option. I'ma get it poppin'. You can take her shopping, she still let me knock in. She know I'm just trying to win. She ain't trying to bend, I ain't trying to spin. If she tell a player no, I ain't trying again. I'ma just move on and I'm trying to friend. It's your boy Louis Keys, I'm a shit starter. Young player with a hop like Vince Carter.
Niggas always wanna steal my hop, cause they like my style, wanna steal my hop. Hey, even though them niggas still gon' flop, they can jock my swag, cause it's still my hop. Hey, ain't nobody got a hop like me, ain't nobody make the whole world bop like me. Hey, my wrist word make them stop like freeze, got people overseas tryna hop like me. Hey, I ain't even done yet, new single off the chain, it ain't even done yet. I'm no lie, been there and done that, hot boy in the sky, catch me where the sun at. My hood hops like whoa, sleeve stay pop so my wrist wear show. I sip crisp, piss smoke, got jewelry in my mouth so my spit might glow. They don't want it what to do, and I'm a backyard pimp, plus my hops too smooth. Mic check 1, 2, gotta turn my mic up, cause the boy too cool. Better get your hop right, Mr. Rainbow Bright, switch color stoplight. Ride it like a motorbike, but you can't get a pipe if your hop ain't tight. Niggas always wanna steal my hop, cause they like my style, wanna steal my hop. Hey, even though them niggas still gon' flop, they can jock my swag, cause it's still my hop. Hey, ain't nobody got a hop like me, ain't nobody make the whole world bop like me. Hey, my wrist word make them stop like freeze, got people overseas tryna hop like me. Hey, everybody wanna hop like me, so speak. Everybody wanna hop like me, so speak. But I bet you can't hop like me, gotta hop like me, you ain't hot like me.
I said you're not like me. Yeah, I see you ballin', but you're not quite keys. Everybody wanna hop like me. White good years with a hot white tee.
That's right. Me and you ain't even in the same league. We don't think alike either, we don't drive the same speed. Beep beep, Hurricane, Louis Keys. I ain't never met a chump who had a hop like me. Niggas eyes wanna steal my hop, cause they like my style, wanna steal my hop. Hey, even though them niggas still gon' flop, they can jock my swag, cause it's still my hop. Hey, ain't nobody got a hop like me, ain't nobody make the whole